On the morning of March 23, 2016, the gated community of Santa Barbara woke up to a silence it would never forget. Inside a beautiful Spanish-style home, Dr. Henry Hahn, his wife Jenny, and their 5-year-old daughter Emily lay dead, executed while they slept. What began as a wellness check ended in one of the most chilling triple murders in California history. Henry Hahn had escaped a hard childhood in China to build something rare, a thriving naturopathic clinic that people flew across the country to visit. Patients described the Santa Barbara Herb Clinic as peaceful, almost sacred. Little Emily, 3 days away from her 6th birthday, often sat at her own tiny table coloring while her father consulted patients and her mother Jenny kept everything running smoothly. To everyone who knew them, the Hahns were living proof that hard work and kindness still paid off. In early 2016, a new business partner appeared. Pierre Hopp, a smooth-talking 45-year-old who claimed to have laboratories, investors, and millions at his fingertips. He bragged about revolutionary technology, flashed fake bank screenshots, and quickly inserted himself into the Hahns family's life. Within weeks, he was staying overnight at their home, signing contracts, and promising Henry the deal of a lifetime. Friends noticed the cracks. Hobbs charged escort services to the company card. Lab tests he delivered were toxic. He spoke endlessly about a perpetual energy device the government supposedly wanted to suppress. Henry remained polite but cautious. On March 22, 2016, he signed one final agreement with Hobbs, then invited him to stay another night. Sometime after midnight, while the Hahn family slept, Pierre Hopp walked upstairs armed with a suppressed .22 caliber pistol. He entered the master bedroom first. Henry Hahn never woke up. 3 shots to the head ended his life instantly. Jenny received the same. 5-year-old Emily, asleep in her own room just down the hall, was shot 8 times. The killer then spent hours wrapping the bodies in plastic sheeting, binding them with duct tape, and dragging them to the garage. He started the washing machine with bloody sheets, sprayed bleach throughout the house, and loaded tools and evidence into the family cars, only to discover the bodies wouldn't fit. At dawn, he fled south, stopping at Home Depot for more duct tape and plastic. Henry's unusual absence from a morning meeting triggered alarm. By 5:30 p.m., deputies pushed open an unlocked front door. Everything looked normal until they reached the garage. Behind plastic-wrapped vehicles lay the bound remains of the entire family. The medical examiner would later confirm all 3 had been shot execution-style while asleep. Within hours, detectives found a keylogger on Hobbs's laptop containing searches like "best place to shoot someone so they die instantly." Security footage showed him buying the exact duct tape and plastic used on the bodies. His phone pinged south along the California coast. 48 hours after the murders, U.S. Marshals arrested Pierre Hopp in a casino parking lot in San Diego County. In his possession, Henry's wallet, the murder weapon with suppressor, and bags of blood-stained clothing. Days later, Hobbs showed up unannounced at a marijuana grower's house in Northern California. There, in a recorded conversation, he admitted everything: the contract dispute, the rage, the calculated shootings. He even expressed momentary remorse for Emily before justifying it. The friend stalled him for hours and quietly called the FBI. At trial in 2021, Hobbs waived a jury and represented a fantastical defense. He claimed the Department of Energy killed the Hahns to silence his revolutionary energy invention, and framed him with planted evidence. Prosecutors dismantled the story in minutes. Hundreds of digital breadcrumbs, DNA, ballistics, and his own recorded confession left no doubt. On November 24, 2021, he was found guilty on all counts. In April 2022, Pierre Hopp received 3 consecutive life sentences without parole. The judge called the crime pure evil that walks among us. The Santa Barbara Herb Clinic closed forever. The house on Via Bendita still stands empty, too haunted for new owners. And a little girl who was supposed to turn 6 on March 26, 2016, never got to blow out those candles. What remains is a stark reminder. Sometimes the most dangerous predator isn't a stranger in the dark. It's the one you let inside your home, the one who smiled while shaking your hand. The memory of Henry, Jenny, and Emily Hahn lives on, a gentle, caring family whose lives were cruelly cut short. Pierre Hopp is currently serving life without parole at Salinas Valley State Prison. The Hahn family is survived by relatives in China and a community that still lights candles every March 23rd.